resent and are jealous of all of the attention and the shoe deal that she got.
Over Times Square, take a look. This Nike billboard honors the all-time NCAA Division I scoring leader. It features the caption, "This was never."
Kobe just handed Caitlyn her very first signature shoe. And if you're a real fan, you already know how big this moment is. Go ahead, drop a like and hit that subscribe button. It costs nothing and takes 2 seconds, but it helps us out more than you know. Honestly, over 80% of you watching still haven't subscribed. So quick question, are you one of them? Thanks for riding with us. Now let's get back into it.
Pretty cool. It's got I feel like it's fever, but it's also Iowa, so you get the best of both worlds. I have another one that you'll probably see me wear later on that is even more fever, so just wait for that one. But yeah, you got the yellow. They look a little similar to the Bruce Lees that I wear, but like still different. I like the gold swoosh. It's the black and yellow. You can't go wrong. It's just the best color. Honestly, I didn't design these ones. I just said, yes, I love them. Please give them to me. So they do their job. They do it really well. So they're pretty cool.
His signature shoe amid his rookie season. When can we expect years?
I don't make those decisions, so you have to wait.
Something big is brewing in the sneaker game right now. Caitlyn Clark just dropped a hint that another Nike design might be dropping soon, and fans are losing their minds over it. All eyes are on October 1st. 2026. That's the date her first ever signature shoe, the Nike Caitlyn 1, hits shelves in that racer blue colorway. Now, people are already talking about future colorways and other players getting their own shoes too. But here's the thing. There's no real proof yet that Paige Bueckers will get her signature shoe before Clark does. Still, the hype is through the roof, and a lot of folks are calling this one of the biggest sneaker drops of 2026.
If and when Kayla gets her own shoe, can we expect you to wear it?
For sure, anything for C-Square. She better give me all the colors I want, though.
She giving you any hints as to what it might be like? Anything?
No, not at all. But I'm sure that when it comes out, she's gonna make sure that we kind of get an experience of it. That's just the kind of person she is. So I can expect once she establishes what she wants to do and how it goes, we'll be the first people to see it. I hope.
Man, that yellow colorway is gorgeous. It's giving off those Bruce Lee shoe vibes I love wearing. But let's keep it real for a second. Up close, they don't actually look as close to the Bruce Lee pair as I first thought they would. Those Bruce Lee shoes are still on another level, no doubt about it. But hey, these still got a special place for me.
Yeah, obviously, Nike's been a tremendous partner and was a partner of mine through college and, deciding what I wanted to do professionally. That's just the brand that I always wore as a kid. So being able to be with them is a dream and, something I don't take lightly. And I'm not giving any teasers though. I don't do that. So wait and see. I don't know. And who knows? Maybe it'll come, maybe it won't come. I don't know.
Gray's usually my go-to when it comes to shoes. But if this pair drops, especially in that fever colorway, I'm definitely trying to grab them. So keep your eyes peeled on that one. Caitlyn broke down what makes this pair stand out, and honestly, that gold swoosh popping against the black and yellow? Chef's kiss. And get this, she didn't even design them herself. She just saw them and said, yep, I'm obsessed. Just give me these already.
She's set the bar when it comes to her impact on female athletics. She's got one of the hottest selling jerseys in sports, y'all, according to Fanatics, led by the one and only Michael Rubin. Clark's Indiana Fever jersey is apparently sold out in all sizes. It was rumored that she actually outsold Dallas Cowboy jerseys, although that hasn't been entirely confirmed, of course, because that would be a feat. But in addition to the jersey sales, Clark now has an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike that will include her own signature shoe. The deal is the richest sponsorship contract for a women's basketball player.
Nobody on this planet deserves a Kobe signature shoe more than Caitlyn Clark, and deep down, Nike knows it too. But here's the twist nobody's talking about enough. This isn't just about one pair of shoes. Clark has been dropping hints about another pair, something even more connected to the fever, and honestly, it feels like a matter of time before we see her name stitched onto a Kobe release of her own. And get this, Vanessa Bryant herself has been showing Clark love, even sending her a personal note around All-Star Weekend. That's not nothing. When Kobe's own wife starts paying attention to you, that tells you everything about where your career is headed. Business analysts have chimed in too, and their take is fascinating. They say this moment is really the perfect storm. Good things lining up on the business side, on the basketball side, and on the cultural side all at once. You've got the rise of women's sports as a whole, You've got Clark and Angel Reese fueling one of the biggest rivalries college basketball has ever seen. And you've got a generation of players with massive social media followings pulling in eyeballs like never before. Add in heavier coverage from ESPN and ABC, and suddenly you understand why investors poured serious capital into the league recently. The value of these assets is climbing fast. Now here's an idea that's been floating around. Since Nike basketball had such a strong run a few years back, why not take whatever shoe was going to be the next GT cut and simply rebrand it under Clark's name? Get it out before Christmas, and you're probably looking at the best-selling basketball shoe of the year, maybe even at a friendlier price point than usual. But it's not all excitement and hype. There's a rougher side to this story too. Wherever Clark goes, opposing teams bring a little something extra. A little more physicality, a little more attention on her every single possession. That's simply what happens when someone gets placed on the kind of pedestal she's been put on. You know it's coming, and so does she. And then there's the shoe debate. Try telling die-hard sneakerheads that the Sabrina line isn't just a Kobe 5 in disguise. Good luck with that argument. Plenty of people believe Nike basically took the Kobe 5 blueprint, swapped a few materials, and called it something new. Which leads to an interesting question. Did Nike actually miss its shot by not putting Clark on that Sabrina line instead? Some fans pointed out that the shoes she's currently seen wearing look almost identical to what could have been her own signature pair all along. It's a wild thought once you notice it. Still, having her own player-exclusive colorway is a big deal, and there's a strong chance we'll see more of those codes before her actual signature shoe ever drops. Then there's the noise around how Clark gets treated by other players, and that sparked one of the most talked-about rants in recent sports media. Charles Barkley didn't hold back, calling out the pettiness aimed at Clark and telling players directly that they should be thanking her for the exposure, the charter flights, and the massive financial boost she's brought to the entire league. He basically said stop being petty and give the woman her flowers, and a lot of fans backed him up completely. Meanwhile, speculation is heating up about Nike moving fast to cash in before her official signature shoe even exists. And honestly, that wouldn't be a bad business move. If you're Nike, you get a logo designed and start pushing merchandise as fast as possible, because right now, anything with her name on it sells. On the financial side, there's more nuance here than people realize. During proxy season, companies have to list out full compensation, base pay, bonuses, stock, everything. Clark's WNBA salary alone could reach $500,000 this year, depending on incentives, and as the #1 pick, her base is naturally higher than most rookies. But that number barely scratches the surface, because her endorsement deals are worth millions more. Since turning pro, her market value has expanded from a college following into a global platform. Financially, she's set, and so are the top players around the league as the sport continues to grow. It's a tricky spot for Nike, but realistically, whatever carries Clark's name is going to sell out almost instantly no matter what. Let's rewind for a second to a moment that captured just how much she means to fans. During the Elite 8 post-game scene in Albany, there was a young fan desperate to get her shoes signed by Clark. That fan was 15-year-old Michaela McCann, and her story is honestly adorable. She admitted that on the first game day, she assumed there was zero chance of getting an autograph with how packed the arena was going to be. But by the second game, she was determined to make it happen no matter what. The only problem? She was wearing Nike blazers, which are notoriously difficult to remove. So what did she do? She pulled the laces out, held the shoe in her hands, and waited for 40 straight minutes just for the chance to get it signed. That's the kind of loyalty Clark inspires. And it's not just shoes. Even the custom Wilson basketballs tied to her have fans buzzing, with people excited to see what other special editions might come next. So here's the real question everyone keeps asking. Will we actually see a genuine Clark-branded Kobe shoe hit shelves for the public? Could someone unrelated to her even end up wearing a similar release down the line? It's absolutely possible. There's already speculation that Nike could strike a deal with Vanessa Bryant to mass-produce Clark's first player-exclusive design. Sure, the profit margin per shoe might shrink, but the volume alone could make it worth it for everyone involved. The fan devotion around her stretches way beyond just local crowds too. There's a story of fans traveling all the way from Saskatchewan, Canada, a 23-hour drive, just to watch her play in person. Imagine driving nearly a full day just for one basketball game. That's the kind of pull she has right now. Even without an official signature shoe yet, the hype around a potential Clark and Nike collaboration paired with the Kobe 5 continues to build. Some argue she's still a little early in her career for a full signature line, but the demand is undeniably there. There was even a moment where Clark was spotted in public wearing a Kobe hoodie, looking completely casual like she just stepped out for groceries. And somehow that simple moment blew up online, with fans joking that literally every brand should want a partnership with her based on what's sitting in her shopping cart. Then there's the comparison that keeps following her everywhere, being labeled the female version of Steph Curry. Or is it that Curry is really the male version of Clark? When asked directly, she laughed it off and simply said she'd happily settle for being compared to Steph. But when you break down what's actually happening with her game, especially that deep shooting range, it's easy to see why people keep drawing that parallel. In her own words, she still feels like she's living in some kind of dream watching all of this unfold. Back in the day, anything with Steph Curry's name on it would fly off store shelves almost instantly. Clark is living through that same wave of demand right now, and Nike appears fully aware of the opportunity sitting in front of them. If they hesitate, they risk missing out on one of the biggest commercial windows in recent sports history, especially at a time when the brand could really use a win. And speaking of massive wins, Clark's influence has become a major driving force behind a historic $3 billion media deal for the WNBA. Her explosive rookie debut, combined with her reputation as the top scorer in college basketball history, helped pull in new fans and dramatically boost the league's visibility, something people are now simply calling the Clark effect. If you haven't been paying attention to what she's doing, you are genuinely missing one of the most electrifying stories in sports right now. This moment represents something much bigger than one player's stat line. It's proof that a single athlete's talent and personality can reshape an entire league's trajectory, pulling in new sponsors and unlocking serious revenue growth. On the court, Clark has been a walking highlight reel, breaking records and keeping crowds on the edge of their seats every time she touches the ball, wondering if she's about to drive for a layup, thread an impossible pass, or launch one of her signature deep threes. When you place her name next to legends like Candace Parker, Diana Taurasi, and Breanna Stewart, the numbers show she isn't simply following in their footsteps. She's actively building her own separate legacy. Her rise to national attention really took off during her junior season at Iowa, especially throughout the 2023 NCAA tournament, where she shattered scoring and three-point records while leading her team to a runner-up finish. That tournament run alone pulled in a staggering 9 million viewers for the championship game, hooking casual fans who had never followed women's college basketball before. By her senior year, the Clark effect had become undeniable, record-breaking TV ratings, sold-out arenas, and a massive spike in attention following her selection in the WNBA draft. She was even called the greatest television ratings draw in the sport by major financial media, a title that speaks volumes about her impact. And this isn't limited to arena attendance either. Entire families and young girls are showing up in droves just to watch her play, permanently dismantling the outdated idea that women's basketball can't draw a crowd. Here's the part that might actually shock you. Despite everything she's brought to the table, Clark's rookie salary sits at around $77,000 a year. Yet analysts believe her presence alone could help generate an additional $50 million annually in media rights value for the league. That massive $3 billion WNBA deal everyone's talking about breaks down to an 11-year agreement worth an estimated $2.2 billion, with the potential to climb even higher if more rights packages get sold. This new deal is expected to be roughly 6 times more valuable than the league's previous contract, a genuinely historic leap forward for women's sports. Multiple major networks are now broadcasting WNBA games regularly, meaning fans everywhere get access to more games and stronger coverage than ever before. Thanks to this deal, salaries across the league are expected to rise significantly, with top contracts potentially reaching $500,000, and the overall salary cap projected to double, giving franchises real room to build stronger rosters and hold onto their best talent. But beyond the money and the numbers, Clark is fundamentally shifting how people view women's basketball, drawing in fans who are now excited to watch every talented player on the floor, not just her. And that kind of attention matters, because it brings credible sponsors into the league and gives young girls real role models to watch on national television. So here's what I want to know. What's your honest take on Caitlin Clark's impact on the sport? She's completely reshaping the basketball world, and whether you're a fan or a skeptic, there's no denying the numbers speak for themselves. Drop your thoughts down in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next deep dive like this one, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because this story is far from over.